This is going to be fun today.
Yes, it will be. Hello, beautiful people. Here we are with Megan Small. And of course, as usual, we're waiting for Andrew. But while we
Hello,
wait for
hello,
Andrew,
everyone. Hello,
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 Megan Small. Talk to me. What's new? What have you
hello,
been up to?
hello. How are you doing? I'm actually, you know what, for someone who's caught their little one's cold, because I think I've caught his cold, I'm in a pretty good mood right now. I don't know why. Did you
Wow.
color your hair, Paula? It looks great.
Yeah, I have my hair trim every 3 months.
Yeah, I love
To
it.
keep
I love
healthy.
this color on you.
Yeah, actually, my real color is light brown.
Mm-hmm.
But I had my hairstylist with my buddy,
Yeah.
and he did this thing of putting black on my hair. I never color my hair, like especially that. I'm regretting it. I'm trying to let it grow, but
I love black. Like I do like maybe sometimes I do like a black with violet undertones or
oh
sometimes
wow,
with blue undertones sometimes just so it looks a different color in the sunlight. I
yeah.
love dark hair color. I've gone blonde a couple times and that is wild.
I can imagine because you're quite beautiful. I've seen you, but no, for me, if
Oh,
you can you see the roots? They're
I
light.
see. The upkeep is the worst part, right?
Yeah, I don't want to. This is why, if the people have been following me from Norway, you'll see that my hair is lighter, and I usually don't put highlights because in the sun, if you're in the sun, the hair. And in Norway in summertime, the sun never goes down pretty much.
Yeah.
So so I don't like to put chemicals in my hair, and I use a lot of rice water. But can you see it's light? It's lighter.
You use
So
rice
going
water
back to my
too? I
color.
thought I was the only person who used rice water in my hair.
No, you know what? I actually, I when I was younger, my mom used to do a lot of rice water. We used to, it's very
Yeah.
typical. And then when I moved to Canada officially, because I used to fly back and forth, when I
Yeah.
was a kid. But when I started going to university there, I forgot about it because it's easier just to grab the shampoo and stuff like that. And my hair was never the same.
Yeah,
And
I
then when I found out I had lupus, because I was losing a lot of hair. um Lupus does something funny to your immune system, clearly.
mhm.
So, and I don't like chemicals. I'm very natural. I really don't like chemicals, guys. I don't even wear makeup and stuff like that. So I went back to the rice water to get my hair back, and I did. So you
I
do
love
use
it. I love it.
rice
Yeah,
water
I
too?
do. I do too. I do as well. If people are wondering what we're speaking about, basically what you do is that you take rice, you soak it overnight, and then some people boil the rice in that water too, and then take all the water from the rice and everything, and they use it for their hair. You use it to rinse and to wash your hair with, and it's supposed to strengthen your hair. Apparently, a lot of Chinese communities have been doing this ritual for thousands and thousands of years. So, yeah, I
Yeah.
thought I should just clarify what we're talking about.
Yeah, you know why I don't cook the rice though? Because it gets too starchy for
Oh, is
me.
that why? Yeah, I would what I usually do is that sometimes I will cook the rice. I do like I go in between. So one week I'll use like cooked rice water and then sometimes I'll just use just what is it? Soaked rice water without cooking it. So I go in between.
Yeah. Do you put lemon in it? I usually put lemon or vanilla
During
oil.
the summer, I do. During the summer, I'll use lemon and I'll mix in some vitamin E drops into it. And then I'll also put like sometimes rosemary oil or some other things just to keep the hair strengthened.
I
Hey,
just
our favorite
see the
guy.
most gorgeous men.
Hello.
Oh my God, I've been
Hello,
laughing so much with
handsome.
your
How are
videos.
you?
I'm doing well, and y'all?
I've been doing well.
Yesterday I was having a live stream yesterday and someone had asked, are you doing your show on Wednesday with Paula? And I'm like, yeah, I would. Of course I am, right? And then my comments started going off, oh, Andrew's so handsome. He's so handsome. And I'm like, it's because you guys know he's 6'4", and we all know what that means. That's why you guys are in love with him. Sorry,
Oh,
Andrew.
thank you.
Man,
Now I'm all
you,
blushing. Oh,
you must get a lot of girls and then you emails because you have an email address, right? For your YouTube.
yeah, but no, that doesn't happen. I'm too busy right now for that.
Oh wow,
Hey, you
Busy
got
wow.
to
with
keep
love,
up with
right?
Megan, man. I don't know. Like somebody even commented, as a matter of fact, they're like, "Do you ever sleep?" I'm like, no, I
Yeah,
don't.
I'm gonna ask you that because sometimes, I suffer from insomnia, and sometimes I see you posting at 4 in the morning,
Yeah,
and I'm like, what
I
is
wake
this
up
guy
at 1 o'clock
doing?
so I can be on UK time.
Oh, is that why
Yeah,
you do it?
yeah. I wake up at 1 o'clock and I go to sleep very early. So like it's 11 o'clock for me. So right now in the UK it's like 5. So that's why like I
Oh,
go by the time over there. But it's good. I mean, that's where a lot of the viewers are from.
Mhm.
oh, okay. So what is new in Harry's world? I mean, I saw you post a lot of stuff. I mean, what's new with you?
Well, I think actually I wanted to make a prediction here. I think this guy's going to go into hiding because of this Africa thing. I don't think he's going to come out for a while because this is huge. The Africa scandal, that's number one. Uh, I think that when it comes to like this, like the whole living legends thing, that's not going to happen. He's not going to be seen at some kind of, I don't know, award ceremony or any kind of anything like that. I have a feeling that he's going to go away for a while, and then Megan also, she just came to the premiere, so that's okay. But right now, I feel like they've already done too much. If they come out again, like you know. And remember we talked about on the live with Ron that Megan's numbers went up in the 2 months she was gone. And now
You
I
mean
don't
for
know.
us? For her.
No, her approval numbers in the 2 months she was gone, her approval numbers went up. And Jackass Royston even wrote an article about it, how she was having a bit of a comeback, and it was because she was gone. I don't think these people get it. If you go away, maybe people will start to not think you're pieces of shit.
You know,
Mary Holstrom says hiding, private jet vacation, and more smoking, and also plastic surgery.
Yeah.
You know what I found very funny about this well, it's not funny, this African Park scandal. What's going on is definitely not funny, but just Harry's situation is what I'm referring to as funny, is because Harry, remember when Charles got into that huge scandal with that Saudi businessman who apparently handed over money to his
In
old
suitcases.
in suitcases to his right hand man, and then Harry came out and said, "Oh, I warned my father not to deal with that guy." Remember, he threw digs at Charles saying, "I warned my father not to deal with that guy because I got the same I was about to get the same deal also." And sorry, Paula, I just started laughing at your face. Coming through side.
I
You
remember
remember
that,
that?
Molly. Do
Okay,
you guys
here we
remember
have
that? Do you guys remember that?
Prince Harry's concerns over billionaire Saudi donor did not reach Charles.
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about. So apparently Harry could be like worried about that, but Harry couldn't take care of his own backyard with the African parks, and he's known about this for a long time. This is what I'm trying to get at. I'm just saying. Andrew, I guess you didn't know about that.
No. That's
Oh, you
interesting.
didn't know that, and okay.
Uh-uh.
Charles even. Well, this is why his private secretary, Michael Fawcett, the one that squeezed the toothpaste onto his toothbrush every morning,
Oh
was
yeah.
was let go because of all this scandal. Because one of the Saudi Arabian people, they were caught with letters saying if you donate, we're gonna make sure that you get your residency or something like that. Charles
A
even named
residency and an MBE, something like that.
yeah, and Charles even named a little forest in one of his palaces after the guy. And then, of course, when the scandal broke, that they have handed, that they were asking cash for honors. Basically, that's a crime in the United Kingdom.
Yeah.
And then, and that they handed suitcases filled with cash, which nobody does. And this is what really bothers me because Molly, you and I
Was it
know.
a suitcase or was it a Harrods bag with cash? It was like a Harrods shopping bag with cash.
So hold on. So we're supposed to like this. This has happened. It says concerns over his motives, Prince Charles. So we're supposed to believe that these two people are close after basically Prince Harry stabbed his dad in the back.
Yeah,
That's what this sounds like.
Basically.
What an asshole.
Yeah, see, it was a shopping bag. Megan Reagan said. See, it was a Harrods shopping bag that he stuck a bunch of euros in.
Over millions. Wow. There were millions of euros though.
Yes.
That's like that makes sense though. That makes sense with the whole betray narrative that this guy is like a treacherous piece of shit. Damn, that's what a dick, man.
Aren't you glad
Honestly.
you're here, Andrew? Because we bring up and we connect the dots for you.
Yeah, really. Honestly,
Isn't
does
that
make
the
a lot of sense.
total POS move that Harry pulled on his father? He's like throwing
And
his
then
father
look, he's
under
like
the
shaking
bus.
the guy's hand.
Yeah.
He's shaking.
And you know what's funny is that Harry was begging to get the same deal as Charles was getting, but the businessman, didn't want to deal with him, and instead, of course, dealt with Charles.
Oh
so
my
Harry
God.
throws him under the bus because Harry said that
So
he got
that's
the
what.
proposal
What
first.
a freaking loser!
If you listen to what Harry says, he always outs himself.
What a loser!
You know what it looks like, Megan Small and Andrew?
Yes.
That he tries to get the same deals that William and Charles get, but he gets angry because he doesn't. And this
Yes.
is why he outs everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
just
like
the Sandhurst list. That was the whole reason for the Living Legends Award.
It's just like I was saying yesterday on my live also that when Harry and Meghan don't get their way, they will blow shit up for other people. Like the fact that we know about how Delaware can be used as a tax haven.
Mhm.
And I mean, a lot of people didn't know about these sort of tax havens and tax loops until Harry and Meghan came and basically put a spotlight on what kind of loops you can take and what kind of gray areas there are that you can take advantage of. And the fact that they aren't successful at using it to their advantage, they will blow it up for everyone and say, hey, look, Delaware has tax loops. Everyone uses it. It's not just us. I mean, they want to take the ship down with them when they're sinking, right? That's what I get from them. Whenever they fail, they want to blow up other people's spots. I mean, the fact that they went to Jamaica to go and pose with Netflix's biggest competitor, and you think that what other businesses are going to want to do business with you, like you are an idiot for thinking that way.
It was worse because they tried to do, like, I remember how I told you, Molly, on the other live, I think it was a few weeks ago, they always try to knock down multiple things. Okay, well, they tried to take a picture with the prime minister, so that way it could be a shot to their own family. And then they tried to take a picture with the Paramount boss, so that way it could be a shot to Netflix.
Yeah.
And then the narrative even reached the mainstream because they were talking about a public warning. Why the hell would Netflix give a shit? That's so stupid.
It just makes them look super immature and
It does.
Childish. I mean, what business corporations would want to deal with you? Like Netflix has thrown so much money at them, but have we ever seen Meghan and Harry on a red carpet premiere for Netflix? Have we ever seen them promote Netflix? It's the same as Invictus. Invictus in Vancouver is coming up, and their patron and face of their games is doing nothing. Yeah. Where's Harry? He's not doing anything. He's not supporting them. He's not bringing any light to the games. He's not doing anything. Useless piece of crap. I mean, at least crap is useful. He's less than that.
Yeah.
At least a bowel movement is useful in your life.
Yeah, but you know what I was thinking though, also when I was looking at everything that's going on with Netflix, I don't think Netflix is already with them because their production, this guy Bennett Levine, whatever you want to call it, he quit.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Didn't he?
Yeah, but I saw a list apparently of all of their employees. They have script writers, and I don't understand why. They don't make any content. Like, I could understand if there was content coming out, but there's never been content coming out, and I don't think there's ever going to be content coming out. And that's actually one of the most infuriating things, is because let's look at this from, let's say, a failure, like not a failing, like a smaller actor, a real one, not a fake one like Meghan, a smaller actor that's trying to make it. Right? Like they're trying to make it, and they're trying to get themselves a platform so they can put out their work because they're actually an actor. Well, wouldn't be given $100 million from Netflix? Wouldn't that make you say, okay, let me go and act, let me go and make something, let me produce something? But they just never did.
Yeah, the worst part of it all is that she pitched herself to star in Meet Me at the Lake, and they said no.
Yeah, it's gotta be, which is surprising to me because it's her move. Like, you would think if they bought that, if they bought the rights to that, I mean, you need to make the movie, which is, I've told her before, I've tried to tell her before on my show, you need to fund it, you need to produce it, you need to put it out, you need to act in it. That's the whole point. But I think the narrative about lazy, I don't think that's a narrative. I think that's real.
Also, you know, Meghan Markle is used to being in complete control now that she's with the family. The only time when she had to obey was when she was at a disadvantage, like when she was on Suits. She was a supporting role, so you know she had to play by the rules that she was given. But here in this instance, have you seen the articles where she says that she's going to get the biggest TV deal in U.S. history?
Yeah. So
Seriously.
This is the thing. The problem with Meghan Markle is that she puts out these ridiculous puff pieces that just exaggerate what she's going to be doing. How about you just shut the hell up and produce what you're supposed to be producing and let it be a surprise for once? Because so far, she's done all of these announcements and nothing has come from them. Like 40 times 40. Where's her 40 times 40? What happened with that? Nothing. It fizzled out. What has she produced besides, like, she has worked with all these charities and stuff, right? But what have they done? What have they achieved? Nothing. William and Catherine have been working with foundation and charities for years and years, and you see the results as the years go by. You see what's going on.
Yeah.
You see nothing with Meghan and Harry. Nothing.
Like with the Christmas, if you remember the Christmas thing with Catherine when she took the kids to that, what was it? Not a toy drive. It was the baby bank. Yeah, the baby bank. She took the kids. And then remember right after that, they put out a video, but the video was a bunch of old shit. It was all old from when they had gone to the Women of Vision Awards, when they had gone to the charity, when they had, like, it was all this old footage. And why? Because they didn't do anything new. And then it happened to be later, well, which we found out, whether people believe it or not, it happened to be later that was the time when they were in Costa Rica. But like putting out content, I don't know where this is going now, because if she's not going to do anything and then she's going to get drops from Netflix, and then, I mean, it's got to be WME next.
I mean,
WME, I already told you that WME, P. Dinah and I have called both separately, and we were both told that she's not on the roster.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else to tell you. We physically have called the place where the article they used to have on the front page of her signing up, remember, with that very pretentious photo shoot that she did with Vogue. I don't know what the hell she did with, where she's going with her bare feet and you were couture and stuff like that. That's gone. So I don't know, because these are two completely unrelated people. P. Dinah called and I called, and we were both told the same things. So and also, do you guys think, thank you, Brenda Picard, do you think that WME, oh, by the way, I went to the movies yesterday, guys. This is besides this, and I saw the Jamaica, the trailer for Jamaica, because they always show in the movies. I know people say, and I've heard other YouTubers, that the movies shouldn't suffer because Meghan Markle and Harry became the face of it, and I say it's to the contrary, because anything, I don't know about you guys. I don't know if you understand what public relations is. You attack the face of somebody. What do you think Christian Dior was so fucking famous with Johnny Depp? Yeah. I kid you not. I was in Oslo. What do you think Christian Dior is sticking by Johnny Depp and putting Johnny Depp as it? Because people love him and they're so through it. But if you put a very controversial figure that everybody hates, nobody's going to watch the movie. Would you?
No, definitely not.
So not after that.
Yeah. And I actually watched a thing and
hey, I wanted to show y'all this. I found an article from 2019, and it's the Sussex Squad, and it's on Good Morning America.
Why don't you send it to me by WhatsApp and I'll post it here?
I couldn't believe this. This is what these people were doing. They had them on Good Morning America, these people. Holy crap. Watch, I'm sending it to you right now. And now we know who they are now. It's absolutely insane.
That's insane.
Have you seen this? Have you seen this little spat of, I think it's been like 3 or 4 articles where they're talking about the abuse of Meghan online. You haven't seen them? First, there was that Liz Jones woman.
Oh,
Liz
she's
Jones.
Yeah.
You know
First
that
it was her, and then I've seen like 2 more.
Is this
Look.
the one, Andy?
Yeah, that one. Look at the title.
Meet Sussex Squad, the army of strangers supporting Duchess Meghan.
Strangers. How obvious do you have to be? It says strangers.
We now have a line of succession that looks like this.
That's Omid speaking. I kid you not. Look, Harry's at the very top. And you have baby Sussex there.
First in line to the throne, you have Prince Charles, Prince of Wales.
That's
Number
boys.
2, next in line,
Oh,
is Prince
Jesus.
William, the Duke of Cambridge.
Babies.
Number 3, we have Prince George.
That's terrible.
Number 4, we have Princess Charlotte. Number 5, we've got Prince Louis. At
Yeah,
number
that's a real
6,
baby.
we've got Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex. And number 7, we've got baby Sussex taking his new spot in the line of succession.
Look how pleased
He looks like
he
shit.
is.
He looks so bad. Look at his face. What is that? Is that like post-op? Damn.
Niño, qué horrible. Pero he's like almost giddy, jumping. Oh, look, Harry's fit. Harry's
Did you
fit.
notice? Hey, did you notice that he didn't say Prince William? He just said Prince William. He didn't say everything else. For Harry, he did.
What?
go to the
Let me
article.
see,
Go
let
to
me
the
see,
actual
let me see.
article.
Let me go back. Let me go back. I didn't hear that.
Harry, the Duke of Sussex. And number 7, we've got baby Sussex, Prince
And
that's
Charles, Prince
Archie.
of Wales. Number 2, next in line, is Prince William, the Duke of Cambridge.
Okay, he did say it.
Number
Never
3,
mind.
we have
All right.
Prince
I thought he did it.
George.
But go to the
Number 4,
actual article.
Okay, we have the article here, guys. It says Meghan the Duchess. I'm dyslexic. Can you fucking read it?
Yeah, Molly, do it.
what? Oh, okay.
I can't see. It's a small ass
Meghan-
screen.
Okay, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, has taken her hits in the press since marrying Prince Harry last May, from reports of a feud with Duchess Kate to reports of being demanding to a very public spotlight on her private family tensions. In response, an unlikely source of support has arisen for Meghan. They all call themselves the Sussex Squad, and
Yeah.
they are all women and men from around the world, including many in the US, who show up online to support the Duchess. Who wrote this article? Who wrote this article?
Megan did. It has to be.
Am I still reading here?
Just
Yeah,
go
yeah.
for it.
Okay. We're not people living in our basements, in our parents' basements, who
You know
are
what really
tied to-
bothers me? Because this is how they portray us. I'm not in a fucking basement,
Jesus.
We are not in people living.
Do y'all
in
know
our-
who that person is? Brenda Roberts? Brienda?
She's a Sussex Squatty member.
Is she online? I've never seen that person.
I don't know. Take a look. See. You can Google it, I guess.
Brenda
Roberts, credited with creating the name Sussex Squad, said she has been a fan of the British royals since her childhood, particularly Harry's mother, the late Princess Diana. And you know what's funny is that this. Can you go back to the photo for a second?
Yes.
The Sussex Squad always love to like harp on about how hideous we look and how ugly we are and how fat we are and how gross we are. I'm not saying anything about this woman, but people that look like she does should not be talking about anyone else's looks. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
But it's funny, right? You notice how they always say middle-aged white women, but then
Yeah.
you look and you see what they are.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah,
also
but
know
when
what
Charlotte-
Joe
this
Diva
is
looks
why
like.
Charlotte was so angry when Charlotte did that. She goes, "White middle-aged housewife." And she was like really insulted about that, you know.
Yeah, I get it. Maureen Ingleson said Omid looks like a ventriloquist dummy.
That's what it looked like.
Yeah,
Him
he
and
looks
his-
exactly.
Post-op.
Yeah, spot on. Where are we? She followed Harry as he grew up, was impressed by the charitable work he took on, and then felt like he had met the one with Meghan, a native of California. Many of us, we did feel that Duchess Meghan was not being fairly portrayed in the media, she said. Using the power of social media that we all recognized, we wanted to retweet positive things about both of them to share more information about their activities. The Sussex Squad not only works to promote the works of Harry and Meghan, but also take down the haters in internet speak. God, bunch of idiots. They descended en masse to Harry and Meghan's new Instagram account, Sussex Royal, for example, when they deemed there to be too many negative remarks about Meghan in the account comments.
Jesus.
One tweet here says, Meghan is being insulted and humiliated on their IG's page, which is becoming another Kensington Palace page. We can't let this happen. Please, if you have IG accounts, go massively and write your comments to make Sussex Royal clean up their page and block haters. If your name is Samantha Markle or Piers Morgan, two frequent critics of Meghan, or any author or reporter who writes about the negative rumors surrounding Meghan, then look out too. The Sussex Squad has you on their radar according to their hashtag tweets. To understand, ooh, I'm so scared.
Oh.
I'm shaking in my pantaloons. To understand their reach, consider the Sussex Squad hashtag has been mentioned more than 12,500 times on Twitter and more than 3,000 Instagram posts on Instagram. Those are nothing numbers, but anyways.
Go for it. Yeah, they think it's big.
That's a lot.
Yeah, it's like the Arianators with Ariana Grande and the Beehive with Beyonce. It's a powerful force, ABC News royal contributor Omid Scobie said of the Sussex Squad.
Of course.
What made it such a passionate group is that they saw someone they identify with and saw her under attack, whether that was from trolls on social media or the tabloids. The reason for defending Duchess Meghan stems from something deeper than just being fans, according to Sussex Squad members. They see the negativity aimed at Meghan as stemming from racism and an attempt to cash in on the newest member of Britain's royal family. It's funny that it's always like, oh, everyone's trying to cash in on Meghan, but what is Meghan doing to the royal family? She's doing the same damn thing.
And in a bigger stage, by the way.
Bigger stage. All these Sussex squaddies that like supposedly support Meghan and have her back, trust me, if they were on fire, Meghan probably wouldn't give them water. Like, let's be honest. She would probably walk by them and be like, ew, get that thing away from me. Let's be honest. Okay, let me keep going. Meghan is big money for these publications, so her name is used for clicks, said V, a 35-year-old real estate agent in Florida who runs the Sussex Squad Instagram account.
Oh,
no.
Yeah, they just doxed themselves.
Yes.
Vern 35 of Florida runs an Instagram account, so fucking hell.
And this is how narcissists are. They're so stupid they dox themselves.
The clicks come from those who seek bad news about their confirmation bias, the types of people who don't think she deserves the place and privilege she occupies because she's a woman of color, she said. It's easy to pile on as no one questions the abuse. Tina and Michelle, two women who launched the Sussex Squad podcast in February, described the podcast as a home for reporting the Sussexes without any predetermined agenda. Can I just say, have you heard any of Tina and Michelle's podcasts?
No.
Because
Have you?
There is a clip that is floating around Twitter. I'm going to look it up right after I'm done reading this article for you. And it gives you a snippet of what they talk about on their YouTube channel. They talk about coming and wiping out your entire family line if you say bad things about Meghan Markle. They straight up say, I will wipe out you and your family and your grandparents and everyone else. There will no longer be any of you ever alive. They literally say stupid things like that, but then I mention a moon bump and get demonetized.
Yeah, it's insane, isn't it?
Yeah, I gotta find the clip for you. I know where it is. It's on Twitter. I can pull it up, but you want me to keep reading this?
I mean, this is great for people to see how sick those ladies are and how this is one of the reasons that Meghan weaponized racism. Because even though she's a white woman and she admitted she'd never been treated like such, and even Doria, the drug dealer, said that, she didn't have to have the conversation. She regretted not having that conversation with Meghan, but she's turned everything into racism, that any criticism of this skank is called is racism.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the main thing here is that they're representing themselves as if they're actual fans. And we know that's not true. Like, it's a fact. They've even admitted it, that they get paid. So I think this is a big deal. And also they're doxing themselves because they're morons.
But read this, Molly. Read it.
The main reason we wanted to do this podcast is to create an outlet for supporters. The women say on the podcast opening episode. So this is Tina and Michelle talking about their Sussex Squad podcast. We noticed how unfairly Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, is being covered in the press. We wanted to create a fact-based environment to discuss the Sussex's work without a negative agenda.
Fact-based.
The social media... Is that her?
Oh my God.
You know why I shame these people? Because they criticize our looks, and not for nothing, but I'm not that bad looking. Go
Pardon
for it.
me as I pick my jaw up off the floor. What? Andrew, can you send me a copy of this article?
Yeah.
I'll send it to you. Yeah, I'll forward it.
Thank you.
Molly.
This is crazy. Okay. The social media hate for Meghan comes mostly from other women, according to Sussex Squad member Brenda Jameson, a 49-year-old university professor on the Dutch Caribbean island of Curacao. Like, you're letting us know where you're working too?
I'm telling you. They
That's
doxed. That's 3 of them. That's 3 of them that just doxed themselves. All of them.
We got to go through these old articles again. Andrew, good up on you for bringing this up.
I can't. Well, because to me, it's so ridiculous that you think you're going to be online and insulting people, and then you dox yourself like that. Like we don't talk the way that they do.
No,
so that's why I'm fine having my face here, because sure, I call her a call girl and I call him a client, but that's just funny and true. But you know, what they say, what those people say, you shouldn't have your photo up.
No. And you're telling us exactly where you're working, where your position, like where your location is.
And she's a professor, according to her.
That's wild. Well, you can easily find that information, right? Because now she's basically told us where she is. But anyways, she is a victim because of her success, who she married, her color, her gender, her views, said Benjamin, a fan of Meghan from her days as Rachel Zane on the TV show Suits. There is a lot of envy because she married into royalty. She married into the so-called racist family. But anyways, my respect for Meghan comes through the kind of life she's lived.
Giving blowjobs everywhere, huh?
Getting screwed up against a filing cabinet. Finding the Sussex Squad has been a blessing. Scabies, who has covered the British royal family for a decade, said many of the qualities which the Sussex Squad admires in Meghan, that she is outspoken and not from a traditional royal pedigree. Are some...
What does that mean? Okay, we're gonna pause this because this is really weird. She doesn't come from a traditional royal pedigree. Does that mean she's royal? Remember, Kelly Clarkson said that Meghan was born royal, but does that mean that she's not from the traditional royal pedigree? Why say royal? It implies that she's royal somehow.
No, they're saying because you remember how Diana was already kind of wealthy before she was in the royal family. Same thing with Kate or Catherine. Well, Catherine wasn't wealthy, but you know, like this
but
woman.
Now there was Sophie. Sophie was not wealthy. Fergie was not wealthy.
So, but I think it's more of they might be pointing at the fact she was a call girl.
Yeah.
Paula, I just sent you the Sussex Squad Tina and Michelle podcast, a little clip, and you can hear what they speak about.
Should we put it out?
Your WhatsApp.
Should we put it out here or?
You can play a little snippet of it so people get an idea of what they're talking about. I mean, they claim that they're all about positivity, but we have a snippet and people can hear what they talk about for real. But let me finish this. We are talking about a very traditional institution, and not everyone is a fan of change, she said. Meghan is also different, and not everyone is a fan of different, unfortunately, even in 2019. So it's them constantly even pushing the race narrative from the very beginning.
Yeah.
From the very onset that Meghan is different. Anyways, Scobies noted the tough media coverage has extended even through Meghan's 9 months of pregnancy.
That's you, Molly. That's you. That's you, woman.
and will likely continue for even longer. I think ultimately each newspaper and each publication represents a different demographic, and they will continue to feed whatever that demographic wants, he said. If negative stories about Meghan are what the reader engages with the most, that coverage is not going to change anytime soon. While members of the Sussex Squad combat what they portray as hate against Meghan, they also try to protect Meghan and Harry in a virtual cocoon. They have developed a prayer chain for the royal couple with the hashtag Sussex Prayer Chain.
My God, how this is almost embarrassing, you know?
It is. I'm so embarrassed right now.
You're praying for a harlot. Like, what? Prayers go up for Meghan and Harry at least once a week and have been more frequent during Meghan's pregnancy. If the couple is the focus of a new book or article, the prayer chain comes out in focus.
Let's see this prayer, Molly. Let's see this prayer.
This one says, oh God, I can't even read those first two words. I feel terrible. Let me just hold on. Heavenly Father, we plead the precious blood of Jesus over the Harry and Meghan. Protect them from every weapon formed against them. I declare that they shall not prosper and that you're powerful, you're awesome, and you're mighty to save. Sussex prayer. Jesus.
Oh
this is embarrassing.
God,
this is such a fine, Andrew. Oh my God.
No, I thought it was a new article, and then I clicked on it and I was like, why is this from 2019? And why are these people showing their faces? You know, for all we know, those people could still be talking right now.
Yeah.
You know what I was gonna say? Harry and Meghan were putting out this narrative as early as 2019 to justify them leaving, because this is 2019 when they're supposed to be high and mighty, you know, like with the baby and everything and them being very popular. But this is a way, and I really believe that Meghan had hired these people to start putting this negative narrative about the royal family and her as a victim. I mean, what do you guys think?
Go, Andrew.
Oh, yeah. I think that is because there was nothing else. When you think about someone that they decided to pull themselves out of the royal family, everyone would be like, well, why did you decide to do that? Why did you do it yourself? And then to try and blame racism and oppression, that I guess, yeah, like because they thought it would work because of American PR. I mean, that's been the hot shit ever, for the last 10 years, oppression and racism. So I think they just thought that they were going to take down the institution of the royal family and the monarchy with simple American PR tactics, and because they're that stupid.
This is the thing you sent me, Megan Small. Should we listen to it a little bit?
A little bit, yeah, because she curses a lot in it. So this is Tina and Michelle's The Sussex.
There are people in the Sussex Squad who keep lying that, oh, I'm doing this for money.
Sorry, what's this? Is Tina and Michelle?
So Tina and Michelle, this is the Sussex Squad podcast. They were the two very like higher up Meghan Markle. They were basically the ones that would tell the squaddies what to do. They also have a YouTube channel under the same name also, just to let you guys know. Yes, and this is what they speak about on YouTube and stuff. But go ahead.
Money and blah, blah, blah. And that I make all this money. And I'm going to tell you, first of all, fuck you. I don't care. And I'm not a slave. And for the trolls who are underneath the BuzzFeed thing, first of all, trying to dox me, you couldn't even dox me properly. Sad. You couldn't dox me. You try it. I will make sure I destroy everything. Your generation will not exist. Watch.
So, you know what's incredible, Megan Small? That the Sussex Squad desperately try to dox us
all the time.
And we never go out, we're going to destroy your generations and shit like that. This is what she just said. I know that I am hard of hearing, but did I understand that she's going to destroy everybody's generations? If they
keep going. It gets better. Keep going.
So I'm just being very clear about that because I think, and I'm not, it's a threat. I'm not.
It's a threat, she said.
You can take this video down. I don't give a fuck. It is a threat, and I'm very clear about it. You come after me.
Wait a minute. She puts people in the Ku Klux Klan, basically implying that if we criticize Meghan or anything, we're part of like the Ku Klux Klan. Is that what it is?
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
And my family, I will do the same thing to you. And I will do it, and I'll do it better, and you'll be gone forever. Watch.
What the?
That's it. This is a threat, and it's an absolute threat. So keep it up. Let me tell you this: if you think that you're going to get me to shake, or because you're targeting me, I'm going to be very fucking clear with each and every single one of you motherfuckers listening to my goddamn voice right now. Bring it, because.
Whoa!
Why is this woman so aggressive?
You see the type of people that Meghan surrounds herself with? These are the type of like bottom feeders that I would expect Doria to be around. And this is the kind of people that Meghan Markle hangs around, because these are your fans. These are people that are supposedly protecting you.
And that's a woman. That ain't no man. Damn.
That's a woman.
Orange is the new black.
And you know what's funny is that these Sussex squaddies, and I'll just speak from my own experience, dox us, put out our addresses, put out everything. Like, I've been dealing with them forever. I think a lot of people have seen what's been going on with me again recently on Twitter, right? So they do all these things. And now I think Sarah Data is being doxxed at the moment because she took it a step too far. So people are now putting out her information out on Twitter. And she is posting about, they're going to come and hurt my dog and do this and that. Well, Sarah, you doxed people. You tried to have people taken out. You tried to end people's work and try to have their money cut. Like, you've done the worst to people. There was an Iranian reporter who was reporting on some stuff going on, and Sarah Data was tagging the Iranian embassy to get the reporter taken out. Like, this is the type of garbage that she does. This is like what they do to us. And then when they get a taste of it back, they always complain about it. They start whining about it. Oh, they're doxing me. They're going to come and hurt my dog. Well, yeah, you've been posting my dog and saying that you're going to kill them. Like, what do you the same things kind of happen to you. I always say those that like to put out these kinds of threats into the world, it will come back to you 10 times harder. If you wish harm and death on someone, it will come back to you 10 times worse than what you are putting out into the universe. That's just what I think.
Yeah.
But there's more on that video if you wanted to keep going.
Yeah, finish it.
Should we finish it? Okay,
I want to see what the hell she says.
Let me pull it back up because I didn't know if you guys wanted to go for it. Let me see. Okay, I'll pull it back up. Let me see them. Blah blah blah.
I mean, these people are so pathetic at the end of the day. Let's be honest. At the end of the day, you're getting upset at us for having an opinion on the BS that Meghan Markle decides to put out herself. You're getting upset at us having an opinion on the garbage that she's doing out in public and us having a visceral reaction to it. That's what you're getting mad about. But anyway, sorry guys.
Okay, let's go. No, let's go for it. Let's go here.
I'm going to be very fucking clear with each and every single one of you motherfuckers listening to my goddamn voice right now. Bring it. Because if you dox me, I will find you and I will make sure your kids don't grow. Just period. Okay? I will destroy you. And I have the capability to do that. And watch your backs. If you think I don't know who you are, watch your backs. Do whatever the fuck you want to. There are people in the squad who don't like me. But
I wonder why they don't like her. She sounds very educated.
I'm going to be very fucking clear with each and every single one of you guys. Keep it up. We know who you are. It's one person who creates all this account who is doing this. Keep it up. Because the more trails you're leaving, the better for me. You don't know me.
You know what's crazy is that, has anyone in the chat ever heard us trio speaking in that manner? Have you heard any of the
We wouldn't get away with it.
We don't speak like that at all.
We wouldn't get away with that.
No,
and we wouldn't be able to get away with it. That's the thing either, you know?
You said they have a channel and they talk like that on the channel?
Yeah, they speak like that. But then what had happened is that there was a mass flagging done against them. So they had went and privatized a lot of videos. So I don't know. Like, I know that their YouTube channel is still up. I don't know if those videos are still accessible, but that's like, we have all those. We have copies of them flying
Well,
around.
we've shown that girl, Jess, remember that said that it was about time they killed the royal family. The sooner they died, the better. We played that a little bit. I mean, can you imagine if we said that about Meghan Markle and her kids?
Yeah. I mean,
and there was proof of it.
I mean, we all remember, well, we remember Jess had made those comments, right? And she works for, I think, Fox Soul in Atlanta. She works for a broadcasting company. And what's crazy is that there were no repercussions for her. But then do you remember that what was it? That guy who put up a tweet, he writes for some newspaper. He put up a tweet of two people holding hands with a monkey, and they said Harry and Meghan leaving the hospital. Remember, that guy got doxxed. He got fired from his job. He had to pay a fine and everything too. Like, he had so much backlash. I'm not saying what he did was right. It was ignorant what he did, but
It was
still
just funny.
No, I don't think any kind of monkey reference
Like that whole,
is
it's
funny
because
at all.
it's known. Like, you don't do the monkey thing. Even what's her name got canceled for that. Who was it? Roseanne.
Even, well, remember, I think, was it Kramer who got canceled for that too?
No, he got canceled for the N-word.
Oh, he said the actual N-word. Okay.
Well, here, this is true, Megan Small. That guy called all the royal monkeys. It had nothing to do with color.
I know, but it's still, the Sussex Squad made it and turned it into a thing about color and got the guy canned from his job. That's what I'm trying to say. This other black chick, Jessie, was saying the royal family should be all killed off, and she works for Fox Soul, and nothing has happened. I'm just saying.
No, but that's true. And what do you make of this? Because you know that Harry and Meghan like to make these big announcements.
They're idiots.
And now, but when things go haywire and people quit and they end up very quiet. And you know what? It really bothers me. I don't know about you. It bothers me that the press keeps mum. Right now we have the African parks thing, and Harry knew, because apparently this has been going on for almost 10 years. And Harry was informed in 2022. And instead he became a board of director, a member of the board, giving them more credibility. I mean, but now the press kind of saying it, but now it's fading away. Have you noticed how they have not reported very much on the Heritage Foundation got a hearing, and that the judge dismissed the Homeland Department. Is it called Homeland Department Security? What's it called?
Department of Homeland Security, yes.
Department of Homeland Security. The judge dismissed they wanted to do, what's it called, Andrew? A summary judgment, and the judge said, no, I have to hear the articles here.
Yeah,
and
oral argument.
Nobody. I've been posting it on Twitter and X, and so have you, Molly.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody says anything. Look at Angela Levin, GB News, quiet. Daily Mail, very quiet. I'm sick and tired of this press being so bloody complicit. I mean, what do you guys think of that?
Oh, no comment.
I think
what do you think of that? Nobody's talking about this, and this is news.
Yeah, but it's news that can actually hurt them. And I remember that when we were on the live with Ron, I think that was like 2 months ago, and I had asked, what was it that I had asked them, that if you think why all these stories come from Meghan. So if she pays to have all these stories ran, and the certain stories that don't run just happen to be the ones that are really hurtful for them, then, it's because she doesn't pay for them to be ran. Like this Africa scandal, I don't know where it came from, because I think it was from the Mail on Sunday. So I think they just wanted to get at his ass, especially after the libel. But as far as it goes with the visa thing, nobody's talking about it. And there has to be a reason, because when it first broke, I believe that was a few months ago, or what was it, like 8 months ago, when it first broke, everyone talked about it. All of the big publications did. And now nobody, unless they're waiting.
Even the Heritage Foundation web X, I've gone many times to look for it. Let me see. I'm going to put it here.
I think right now the African Park story is just bigger than the DHS story right now.
Probably.
Yes and no, because I would think that this thing is, I think that they put out these stories to eclipse others.
Probably.
You know, like this is 1 minute ago. TikTok CEO, Chinese Communist Party. You know, like there's really nothing. This is the Heritage Foundation, and they've been fighting for this for a long time.
You think it
They've
would
been
be like
even
the
on the
biggest news
news.
for them?
What?
You think it would be like the biggest news for them?
Yeah,
Their
exactly.
lawsuit. But hey, you never know.
No,
I mean, I don't think, personally, I'm just going to say this now. I don't think anything's going to actually come of it. I do think, you know, he's still the king's son, and Britain is still an ally of the U.S. So we're not going to, as much as it would be the most hilarious thing in all of history, and the headline said, Prince Harry deported back to the UK, that would be the most hilarious thing to happen since I don't know when. And it's sad. It's not going to happen.
But you know what? That would make Meghan Markle's day, because by this now, have you seen their body language is horrible? They don't even look at each other anymore. Have you seen that?
Yeah. Yeah, we showed. I saw that green line posted, Megan, that Molly did.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Pissed off the squatties were over the green lines. They were so triggered over my green lines.
What green lines?
Basically, Rivellino has this thing where if you put lines up against the body, it shows the way that they're angled. You got to scroll down, and you can tell if a couple is really into each other based on their body language.
Oh, okay.
So we draw green lines just to show who is like standing up straight and how a couple is leaning in towards each other, and it just shows. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. You get this story that Meghan Markle accepted a pair of almost 2,500 diamond earrings from Dragon's Den hopefuls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what was that for?
So Dragon's Den had done, like, there were some people on there, but this is just showing that Harry and Meghan are liars, and Meghan's been grifting since day one, since she stepped into the royal family. So the earrings that she wore on this day were from a couple of Dragon's Den's contestants. Yeah, they were contestants on the show. They wanted their brand to get out there, and they actually pitched it to her while she was a member of the royal family, and she actually wore their earrings out. These earrings were accessories from them. And Harry says that, whatever in his book, Harry had mentioned that whatever gifts were sent, we share them with the staff. Well, would you be sharing earrings with your staff? I highly doubt it. But
I want to ask about this because I am confused. The news about Harry wanting £2 million of
his
from his. Okay, can you clarify that, guys? Are you on top of it?
David Sherborne is saying that the Daily Mail owes him £2.5 million in lawyers' fees on the cases that he's represented, despite the fact that he's lost half the cases. I don't know if this is Sherborne's way of trying to shake down the Daily Mail because Harry doesn't have the money to pay his lawyer. Because why else would a lawyer like Sherborne petition the court to get Daily Mail to pay for his fees when he's lost court cases? He hasn't won that many. I mean, I want to know how David Sherborne gets to the number of £2.5 million.
Because I guess isn't he representing all, like Elton John and everybody?
I don't know about that. I'm not 100%.
It wasn't just Harry. I think, remember that Harry's part of a group.
Yeah, but he's lost most of the court cases, though. Sherborne has lost them. So he shouldn't be getting paid from the Daily Mail. It should be his clients that pay him for his work.
Especially from what I read, that the Daily Mail had offered to settle out of court.
Yes.
And what they offered had been actually more than what Harry got. So had he, you know what I mean? But I gotta say that the judges in the UK are so corrupt when it comes to the royal family.
To the royal family or the other way around?
No, to the royal family. Harry's part of the royal family. For example, Harry's case should have never been in court because it's already you know?
Yeah. Well, probably got paid too.
Yeah, no, but what do you think? Do you think that the judge, Brenda Pickard, let me in. I'm not a squatty. Do you know, Brenda? The thing is that I don't have your email. If you send me your email, you can come in on the next live for sure. Because I have to send you an email, and I don't know how to do it without interrupting the live. So it's kind of like trick 20 situation. Oh, yeah. I mean, I would love to have. I'm gonna have one of you next. If Brenda, send me please your email so we can have you and send you the link the next time. Okay. But I mean, how do you think? Do you think that the judge might consider this?
I think it's more because, like Molly said, that he doesn't want to pay it. He probably owes them. What was the number? The last number I forgot. Which
£750,000.
Yeah, but wasn't that on the other case? Well, was that on that case or the other case? I thought that was on the other case. But either way, I mean, I'm pretty sure it has to do with Harry being a cheap ass and he doesn't want to pay the lawyer's fees.
What do we know on this thing about him suing the government to get security in the UK? Have we heard anything more about it?
He's an idiot about that. Can I, now that you've brought that up, can I just jump in here real quick?
For fuck's sakes, do it. Yeah, that's what you're here for.
Where the hell did I just put my phone? I just had it. Hold on a second.
They just ran a story today in the New York Post about Jamaica.
Yeah, so a couple days ago, I had posted that on my Twitter page that the day that Harry and Meghan showed up in Jamaica, that there was a travel advisory against Americans going down there. And then today, New York Post has
here you go.
Article.
Is this it?
Yeah. New York Post ran an article saying that there was a warning issued that Americans should not be going down there because there were that many deaths in just 4 weeks. And it's on the all-inclusive resorts also. It's happening. So it's not just like in the areas. So people are saying, like, don't go down there unless if it's like a serious thing that you need to go down there for. It's a level 3 advisory right now. So I'm just saying Jamaica was safe enough for Harry and Meghan to go down there, but yet they can't go around anywhere in the States or Britain or anywhere else without 16 security officers and a convoy of vehicles. But you went somewhere where you're being advised not to go by your own government, and you're going anyways. I mean, I hope Home Office is paying attention to this, because after doing something like this, you guys don't deserve shit at all. Take care of yourself and go take a flying leap at the end of the day.
No, and what about the kids? Have you seen that they don't have one picture of the kids playing in the park? Nothing.
You don't see any children, nothing. Like, I don't even believe those folks, these two, have kids in their care. Because how can you keep children cooped up in a home for over 4 years? Archie will be 5 in May. He's supposed to be in school, preschool. He's supposed to start kindergarten in September. What are you going to do? Just say that the kid is homeschooled? You're never going to bring those kids out?
That's
like, what's the point? Like, you know how we were making fun of Prince Mario Max a few days ago?
But you know, they never spent time with the kids either, Meghan's Bold. And Prince Harry, who complained that he barely saw Charles, and he's doing this to his own kids because they barely spend any time with the kids. But go ahead with the Mario thing.
I was saying, you know how we were making fun of Prince Mario Max a few days ago, him being a fake prince and everything? Prince Archie is going to be the next Mario Max. Because this kid is going to be called a prince for what reason? He's got no connections to the UK. He's got no connections to the royal family. And what, is he going to go around calling himself Prince Archie of Sussex? I mean, you sound like Prince Mario Max.
It's sad. It's a sad situation for all of those.
This is why I always say I hope there are no children in their care, because nobody has ever seen them with their kids. Nobody has ever seen those kids out in public, ever.
Oh, I agree. But, you know, and the thing is that last year from September, October, November, there were 3 months. They were about 70 days away from the children, taking vacations away from the children. The much needed break for the Duke and Duchess in Portugal, a much needed break for the Duke and Duchess in that little island, that Soho Island. I mean,
these are two parents. Okay. Paula, you and I, we all have children here. Andrew has children. I have a young child who's about Archie's age. I've said this before. My little one is a couple weeks younger than Archie, but I take him everywhere with me. I could not imagine leaving him home. Just like the little trips that I want to take, I miss him. But like when I take him to like the stores, he loves going to the grocery stores and seeing all the different fruits. During the summers, we take him to the farmers markets because he can see all different kinds of fruits. We take him to the Sunflower Festival. We take him traveling with, like, But Harry and Meghan are two people who claim that they've had so much pain from their own families, but yet you never see them doing anything with their children, ever. We just saw some fake child actors on Netflix that we're supposed to believe that are artificial and Invisibet, right? We're supposed to believe that Eugenie's kid parading around as artificial and that's him, right? I mean, you can't tell me that Eugenie's kid August wasn't used in some clips in that show.
Oh, when they were walking around with that empty stroller, you know, that's supposed to be Lily inside. I mean, what do you think, Andrew? You're also a dad. I mean, how do you plan? We've seen, we have a group chat in WhatsApp and we send each other photos, you know. I mean, Andrew, you plan your vacations. You have like 3 or 4 kids. You're like you have like a farm of children.
I think, you know? I think it's a sad situation all around because like the conspiracy theory, you know, about whether they're rented, whether they're invisible. I think it could be, I think it could be worse. They could be real. They're probably surrogates. And we're looking at reality that these people are never around their kids and it's all real. And like Molly said, that they could be homeschooled. I think that's an easy possibility because from what I gather with Harry, I think he believes he is in danger. I think he might actually believe that. And I'm not joking. Like, I mean that in a sad, pitiful way. Because maybe he's that messed up in his head that he thinks people are out to get him. So no, I don't want to send my surrogate kids or my rented kids. I don't want to send them to school because someone's going to attack them. They're going to try and get to me through them.
God, I understand.
But look at this. Look at this. Okay, look at this. Did you see this, guys? Can you see this? She's 8 months pregnant, supposed to be there. You can't fucking do that. I'm sorry. That does not happen. It really, you can't do that, guys. I showed a video of Catherine trying to, when she's like less of a belly. Look at that belly. You can't fucking do it. You can't do that. Where did the belly go?
Can I just say something? The woman that's standing, the brunette, when Meghan starts to crouch down, just watch her reaction. She sees the entire thing. Just look at her. She's staring right at Meghan. Look at her face.
She's like, what?
Oh, like, yeah. What? She even like kind of went back a little bit.
She clocked the whole thing. She saw the entire. Your belly does not fold.
No, it doesn't. It's actually, oh my God, Molly. Oh my God, it falls. Princess Dumbarton, it falls up into her. It doesn't. I've shown a video of Princess Catherine trying to, when she getting out of the Commonwealth, you know, one of the Commonwealth service in 2018. And I showed that little clip. And she can't bend down all the way with her legs open, with her legs crossed. So she just gives up and just, you know, punches her back instead.
Yeah. Show the other one. Show the one in Birkenhead. You know what? Queen Gertie, actually, she picked up something we all missed out on. So if Birkenhead was there. Yeah, so when Birkenhead
What did you say? Here we go. Okay.
So Meghan was telling people she was 6 months pregnant here, right? And then Queen Gertie found a photo where you see that the actual, you know, when you wear a bodysuit and there are 2 buttons at the bottom to clasp it, right? It snapped and you can see the snap through her dress. Queen Gertie has it on her Twitter page.
But where does the belly go, guys? I'm serious, you know?
That's what we all want to know. That's what it was.
That disappears when she goes all the way down. You can't do it. Not with you can't squat. Nobody's saying she can't, but you can't do it with your legs closed because then you fall backwards because you have that big bump, especially because she always shows these exaggerated bumps.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're never small. They're huge, these mother freaking things, you know?
If you go to my replies, I have replied to Queen Gertie, and then you can click on it and you can show the photo. Like, I can't believe we missed all that. Yeah, I had to leave a scathing comment about that. No, don't like it. Don't like it. Take that.
I thought it was your comment that I'm liking. Oh, here it is. There we go.
Right here. Right there. Right there. We missed it. We all missed the fact that it's the strap underneath, you know, where you strap your bodysuit underneath your vagine. I'm trying to explain it for the men in the article in the chat here. Andrew, just so you understand,
I thought that
us
was something else.
we
I thought you were about to tell me she's a man.
Okay, go ahead.
so
No,
if you,
like, she's a man. We never know if she's pegging Harry.
now do a quick Google search, Paula, and Google moon bump bodysuit.
Moon bump. Let me see. Bodysuits, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got it. Let me show you to the people. Oh, I hadn't seen any of this before. Where do these people come from without all that shit? You know, like I wouldn't even be, just be pregnant or say that you have a surrogate,
No,
Here
some
we
people
go.
like to do the full.
They even do the ones with the belly button. I
Yeah.
didn't know that they
Yeah.
could do
They
that.
do ones with it, and then if you see, there are ones that have the actual linea negra too.
Oh, really? I didn't know that. This is the bodysuit, right?
Yeah.
Oh
So
my God.
basically, there are two snaps that go underneath your crotch.
Yeah.
And I'm explaining it to Andrew. I don't think he wears bodysuits. So there are two straps that go between your crotch, right? Like underwear, like baby onesies, right? And then you can snap them shut. So yeah, her snap broke open.
Here it is.
Yeah.
This one right here.
See, the thing is, for me with that, if that's what was the case, I mean, it obviously looks like it very much. If that was the case, then Prince Harry had to know. He had to know that was there. I mean,
they slept in separate rooms.
I don't
really?
think he knew.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah. In Australia, when they went on their Australia tour, the staff at what's the house name? Grosvenor House, is it? The house that they stayed at the governor's mansion, they said that they didn't sleep in the same rooms together. They had separate bedrooms. And then Harry has also said that he's never accompanied Meghan to any one of her doctor's appointments while pregnant. You could easily get one over on that idiot. Easily, if that's the case.
No, but I mean, for me, it is how do you say it? To me, it's more like it's like, I think that
they never slept together.
I want to give her the benefit of the doubt and say that she was pregnant, but everything that she's done, can't. I really can't, because her behavior, everything. And this is a woman who talks about farting, doing this, doing that. She goes that she pooped in the woods. I mean, this is a woman who discloses every menial thing about her life. And the biggest thing, no, there's no stories even on Netflix or anything. Oh, Meghan got sick because, the baby food, and she liked this baby food only. Nothing. There's even if it's to Hawk, a baby brand, have you noticed there's nothing like that?
I want to know what's going through Andrew's mind, because he looks like his mind has just been blown with what I said.
No, because the thing is, when you connect that, I forgot what report it was. I know I did a report where they were saying she kept something from him. I think it was something big too, but I'm trying to connect it. But that makes sense then, because if she'll keep things from him because he's an idiot and he'll go for it, and then they didn't sleep in the same room, I mean, that does make sense that they would she would be able to get away with wearing that suit, and he wouldn't even know.
Don't forget that she pegs him too if she takes him from behind.
Well, I mean, damn.
No, that's Omid and Marcus's job. They got him bent over the table pulling an Eiffel Tower.
No, but it's actually quite terrible. Harry and Meghan, I don't think they've been sleeping. Meghan, I can imagine. But just think of this, Meghan Small. Meghan likes to hawk brands, right? Can you imagine? She hasn't even talked about mummy clothes, the brand of maternity clothes she wore.
I've always mentioned that.
Did they say if he was in the room during the birth?
No. Well, in the book, he wrote that he was. Remember, she had the epidural and then got into the bathtub and was doing the dancing and stuff, or ate a whole bunch of Nandos and he was huffing gas canisters and he was out of it. Like, their stories don't even make sense. They said that Archie was born. Megan went to the hospital. They had Archie and were home in under 2 hours.
And she humped a ball. She danced.
Look at Andrew's face.
She humped a ball. He said that she was humping on that thing, you know. She humped that ball. He ordered Nando's, which is closed because I lived in London. Nando's is closed at that time because if the baby was born at 5:26, pardon me?
Remember, he huffed all the gas out of the canister too.
Which is illegal, by the way. No hospital will let you do that.
And don't forget, there was also, Harry said, an emergency where the cord was wrapped around Archie's neck, but he didn't want to alert Megan to anything. And all of that happened in under 2 hours, and they got home.
And you have to include the driving time, which is almost 40 minutes, even at that time.
How would you not tell her about the thing wrapped around his neck?
You know what he told her in his book? He writes that he told her to push. I mean, if you had a cord wrapped around your baby's neck, you wouldn't be pushing. The doctor would not be telling you to push. Harry's like, he told her, push, my love, push.
Oh my God.
But you have to take into consideration that supposedly the baby was born at 5:26 a.m. And if according to Harry's version of events, it took 2 hours with the driving included back and forth to go pop that kid and bring him back. And it takes about let's be generous, 35 minutes. That's about an hour and 10 minutes gone. Then getting out of the car, getting into the hospital, getting checked in, and registered and everything. She gave up a child. She birthed a child in less than 40 minutes with first humping the ball. He's stealing the gas, ordering Nando's, which is closed.
And that was her firstborn, right?
Yeah, that was the first one.
2 hours for a firstborn?
No. Not 2 hours for the delivery of it. Please understand, Andy. Not 2 hours for the delivery. 2 hours with them leaving the cottage and coming back. The whole thing took 2 hours. And the hospital, it was 35 minutes at best. And I'm being super generous here because usually it takes 45 minutes. I know that area. Okay. But let's say because it was 3-something in the morning, there was less traffic, but you still hit it. So you get 35 minutes. You have 70 minutes there. Gone. So we're looking at less than an hour. That woman had an epidural and was sent back home, which is insane. And they will never release that.
And then for Invisibet's birth, get this one, Andrew. She had tacos. They stopped at Taco Bell. She had a full meal of tacos. They did a TikTok dance in an empty parking lot. She had an epidural and then gave birth to Lily.
I thought you're not supposed to eat.
You're not. You're not, darling.
Yeah, I remember that. That's what they told my ex-wife. I thought that.
So if it doesn't make sense, then we all know.
Oh my God. And we're all just supposed to believe this.
Andrew, you're a father. Have you been not present or anything like that? And I'm sure that your girlfriend was much younger than Megan. But I mean, is that even possible? I don't think any doctor worth this.
My youngest birth, I was there all day. We got there at like 11 o'clock at night. We didn't leave the next day until like 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. And then also the baby has to go through a whole bunch of stuff.
All the tests and everything.
Yeah, all the tests and stuff. Yeah. So to try and say 2 hours, I mean, come on.
Dude, that when you get your epidural, you're numb for like 8 hours. I had a catheter put in with my epidural because I couldn't feel when I was going pee. And honestly, with my first one, my labor alone was over 19 and a half hours. If Markle went through that, I went through 19 and a half hours and then I had to have an emergency C-section because our temperature started to spike. It started getting crazy. But then if Meghan Markle went through something like that, you think we would hear the end of it? We would be hearing about it nonstop about it.
All the little tales of when she was pregnant. Oh, she used to eat this because, she had those cravings and hawking some brand to get some money from them, or the baby maternity clothes she wore.
Mm-hmm. See, this is crazy. Like some of the ladies are mentioning how long they were in labor. Like Tux Girl says she was in labor with her first one for 21 hours. Like, you see, it's crazy. Like, all women who have actually gone through birth can tell you exactly right to the time of how long everything has happened.
And you know what? This is true. We have never heard him speak how it felt to feel the baby move when she was pregnant. You know how we always talk about it? I talked about it. I'm sure you do too. Yeah. There's not a description of, oh, the baby used to move, how uncomfortable it is, that you have to pee a lot, you know. Yeah, and stuff like nothing. There's nothing. We've heard about Catherine, you know, that she was sick or the baby moved. She even said little tidbits about, you know, in her walkabouts that the baby was moving, you know. Megan, nothing.
Look, when I was pregnant and when my little one, when it got closer to the end, when he was supposed to get born, and it got towards the end, and when you would see his like arms and legs, because he'd be kicking against my belly, and it would remind me of the movie Alien. So I just recorded my belly, and I have videotape of my son, like when he was in my stomach, like pushing around. You don't even hear about that from them. It's crazy.
But I mean, what about you? I mean, you know what? At the beginning, I thought maybe she was pregnant, but she was wearing bigger moon bumps because she wanted to over exaggerate things. But then everything, because this is a woman whose MO is to blab about everything. We saw that Funding Freedom thing in that book. There's so many brands on that book. How Megan phone, so using Apple iPhone, I don't know what the number, or how they use this purse, you know, like, and they name the brands, you know. And Harry in his book, which talks about putting oil on his penis, doesn't even think of saying, well, you know, I remember the first time I felt my son move. That would be something momentous. Don't you?
You think, Andrew?
Yeah. I think it's insane to me that this is all believed. I can't believe that. And when you hear something like 2 hours, and then you hear something like eating before the birth, and then you have it coming from people that are women as well on her side, like, you're a woman, you went through birth and you believe that what they're saying. I don't get it, but it's because they're in a cult, I guess.
Yeah, but you know, for example, even Prince William, who's very reserved. Even Prince William, who's very reserved. I remember he had interviews, you know, when they were asking about how it was, you know, being, and he goes, "Oh, you know, it's nerve wracking, you know." And Catherine has, you know, she was sick. Remember that, guys, right? And how it was great that he felt the baby move for the first time. You know, I mean, Prince William goes and talks about these things, you know, and when they talk about it, it's like they lived it, you know. It's like when you, like me, I can tell when my son moved and stuff like that, you know, and that is something that, and those things, nothing of it in anything, not even on Netflix, Harry's book, nothing other than Megan saying that Lily has blue eyes.
Jesus.
Doesn't that tell you who the racist is?
Yeah.
Right? I mean, let's be honest. Any woman who has actually been pregnant knows that the last month of their pregnancy is the worst.
Yeah.
It's the hardest because your baby's sitting up high. Like, I had the worst acid reflux during my last month. Like, I was eating Tums like they were candy. I mean, baby sitting up high, you feel like you can't breathe until he drops and he's ready to go. Like, the last month is the worst.
But you know what? For me, it was. But you see, we talk about this. We talk about this being like, what? Please, unless I missed something. But Harry has never spoken about Meghan's pregnancy, how tough it was, nothing, or the baby, how great it was, how he would have to go buy food, because William even talked that Catherine was liking these weird foods. There's nothing like that.
No, the only one story that we heard was when the royal helicopter pilot quit because they were claiming that Harry and Meghan were sending him off to go pick up Indian food for her. They were like using him as a lackey, so he quit.
Oh yeah, there it is, Paula, right there. Najma, can you guys discuss the royal family website new changes? I told you they updated it. I knew you were going to have a field day with that.
Yeah,
but there is it. I asked you to send me the link. I haven't seen it.
I don't have the link. I found those photos on.
Because I've gone all over the website. I haven't found it. Have you found it, Molly?
Well, all they did was just update the kids' pictures, really, and that's about it. Nothing too spectacular, in my opinion. The Tweedledee and Tweedledum are still there.
Yeah, that's my point. That the fact that wasn't the narrative is that they don't update it often, and
Yeah,
they just did.
that was the narrative, but now you know that they lie.
See,
Let me see something, because you know what? Now that you've mentioned it, I haven't seen it.
The thing is that I don't even understand what's the point. Well, the funny thing, number one, is that not only did they update William's children's photos, the only photo that they have of Archie is of the one where Harry is digging his thumb into the doll when they're presenting him. They literally have that photo up on the royal family website for everyone to see.
I want to show you something for people who say that they don't update their website, right?
Yeah.
They just said that. They keep saying that, right? It says here, this is about that wanker. He says he's 5th in line to the throne. That was updated because he used to be 6th. And the younger son of the king, that's updated. They're balancing their time between the United Kingdom and North America, continuing to honor their duty to the king. The queen is gone. So that was updated. And this was updated after Charles, ascended the throne, right?
Mm-hmm.
So people, and they removed, remember we went through this, that they removed the things about that it used to say that the Royal Foundation with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Prince Harry, where they had founded the thing. That is gone. That is gone. Now it's only Harry, but they don't go as far as saying that he created. And I mean, what about this thing with the Delaware thing?
Paula?
What?
And we had determined that we had spoken about the Royal Foundation was founded by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge and Harry. We said, well, I had come to the conclusion that they did that because they don't want to be connected to Harry and Meghan. They're just completely cutting everything off. But the fact that they will go to the lengths of updating William's children's photos, but yet they don't remove, what's the point of having Andrew, Harry, and Meghan still up on the website? Andrew? What do you think?
Well, I think the part was just the fact, to me, that was the biggest issue, that they updated it, period. Because I remember the lives that we ran. I mean, it must have been at least 3 lives in a row. That's what we were talking about. And people would say, oh, no, it's because they don't update it, or, oh, it's because they're not very tech savvy, or, oh, well, I mean, they just updated it. I think they've actually updated it twice, haven't they? Wasn't there another update recently?
What's the date today, guys?
The 31st.
Okay, this is January 30th, 2024. The Queen hosts authors and illustrators of the new modern day miniature library. 23rd January 2024. The Duke here, 23rd of January, 22nd of January. Press release. This is the message from the King on Holocaust Memorial, 26th of January. I mean, they do update these things on a daily basis. Here, look at the date.
But the reason I made a big deal. The reason I made a big deal was because everybody else made a big deal back then about, oh, they don't update it. It doesn't get updated. Well, not anymore.
I mean, but I don't understand why people would think that the website, do they realize that the monarchy has employees just for social media?
Yeah.
I mean, they were looking for that just now. Prince William hired this guy to do all these videos. They have people daily updating their X account, their Instagram accounts, their website with all the events, everything that they attend to.
You know what this is? This is Charles still coddling Andrew, Harry, and Meghan. In my opinion, as long as Andrew, Harry, and Meghan are still listed on the website as working members, guess what? They're still representing the royal family.
But they are, because it says, I don't understand why this says in black and white. It says in black and white there. Let me see here, Prince Wales. And they keep updating this stuff. They keep updating this stuff about the environment. And I'll tell, we can protect. This is new. This is when William did this, United for Wildlife. They keep putting all these things up. They keep updating their profiles on the things that they're doing. So I don't understand. This is because people want to give them the benefit of the doubt. Say, oh, but, these incredibly website that they hired. I think that the team that they have is 24 people for their team to manage all their things. Okay? Because they have to be on top of things. They have to be on top of things. Isn't Camilla doing like a podcast or something like that about reading books?
Yeah. And it's doing well. It's like #1 on iTunes.
Is it?
Yeah. Well, it was when I reported on it, it was #1. Yeah.
Hell, I should start reading books.
Yeah, you have the voice for it, Megan Small. I don't know why you don't do it, like I'm serious. I don't know why you don't do it. But like this is the thing, like we have these things here. I mean, this is what really bothers me with people. What do you guys think? Why do you think people don't want to admit that the royal family are coddling Harry and Meghan, and this is why they don't fear any consequences?
Well, they are coddling Harry and Meghan.
For
They
what?
are. For what?
There's been so much speculation as to for what.
I mean, how much disrespect does Harry need to show his father until something happens? Yeah. Harry literally threatened his father in his book publicly, which was published in 46 different languages. Harry recently, when they were down in Jamaica, someone said to Harry, "You look good. You're looking good." And Harry's response was, "It's because I got away from that family."
He's just now?
When he was in Jamaica.
When he was in Jamaica, I heard about that.
When did he say that?
When he was in Jamaica. He was talking to someone and they said to him, "You're looking good, Harry." And his response is, "Well, I got away from that family." He's still throwing digs. This is why, like, sometimes I feel sorry for the oaf, but then when I see digs like that being thrown, I'm like, you know what? You're just a waste of space. There's no point in feeling bad for you because you are just a complete joke. Like, he still throws digs at the family, and I'm getting.
And he says that family like it is he's not related to
that family. Yeah, that family. Just like how Meghan would say it, that family.
Yeah.
But Meghan says that about everybody.
Yeah. That family that once she claimed that, "Oh, they're so nice to me. William is so kind and Kate is so nice." Right? During the engagement interview, the family was so nice and so open and so welcoming.
Yeah.
I didn't know that he had said that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
I haven't heard that. This is really, this is for people who still think Harry is lovely and you know what?
What annoys me is that most media in the UK are like, "Oh, Harry should be welcomed back with open arms." I think Andrew's favorite, Angela Levin, is one of those too.
Yeah,
she says that Harry should.
Yeah, she's one of those that they hate it when I. they hate it when I criticize her.
Andrew's favorite, Andrew Levin. You know what she did the other day on her interview? I swear, I don't know. I think the lady needs to retire. She's done her job, because she was referring to Sophie and Edward as the Prince and the Duke and Duchess of Scotland. I'm like, who is that?
I think she's senile. I think she should retire because it's quite painful to watch her sometimes,
Yeah, just the mistakes that she makes. But yeah, she is one of those that says, "Oh, the royal family should welcome Harry back." No, you don't let a snake back into the family.
I wanted to comment on that. I think there's a lot of people out there that are like secretly pro Harry. I do. And they don't say it. Because I see a lot of comments, and I've seen it before where I'll go off on the client and they'll be like, "Don't make fun of Harry." And I'm like, "What the hell are you talking about? That's literally why we're here. We're here for that."
But not only that, it's like people keep going, "Oh, he served with distinction. We cannot take that away from him." What the fuck is that? He had bodyguards.
I don't get it. And I think that there's some, I truly do, because I think it's like a little behind the scenes thing where they're hoping that he'll divorce her. They're hoping that he'll come back and be that same go-lucky moron that would just like laugh and shit like that. Yeah, Angela loves Harry. And I remember it was Angela, and I criticized her then and I got roasted for it. I criticized her after Invictus Games because she was like, "That was our Harry." I was like, "What the shit are you talking about? What do you mean our Harry? He's still a douchebag."
I mean, and what do you guys think of this? What do you guys think of this? Oh, here we have Solar Flare. Thank you very much. It is my belief that Meghan recently had the cat eye procedure, the same as as all of the Kardashians, Megan Fox.
Yeah,
What do you guys think?
they basically
How is that? What is that, by the way?
Basically, it just pulls your eyes a bit to make them look a little cat-like. So what you can do, you can either get injections or you can get these little threads put in underneath your skin, and you just get them tightened basically, and it's just like a little mini facelift basically. Less invasive as getting a full facelift procedure. I love watching all these cosmetic procedures. That's the only reason how I know about it, okay? Because I like actually watching. You know, before all this, I wanted to be a physician and stuff. That's the only reason why I liked it. But then all the blood and everything grossed me out. So then I changed. Yeah.
What do you think of this private bills? This is the Bob Seeley. Remember the MP that said that he was going to have the titles, the 1917 Treason Act amended, so that the titles Parliament can remove titles from princes of the United Kingdom.
Hey.
And it went through
believe it when I see it.
it went through this first reading, and it's certain to be debated on June 14th, 2024. And if it passes that
In June? Oh, this guy. We could be in like World War III by then.
well, look what they did to the removal of titles bill, that they actually canceled it in March 27, 2023, right around the time when Meghan was granted more titles for the kids. And then they didn't announce it until November 3rd, because they were about to have the second sit down on November 14th. So, but this one says it's certain to be debated. What do you guys think?
I don't know. I feel like Bob Seeley has done this a couple times now and nothing has come out of it. A part of me wonders, is there like an election coming up for his seat or anything like that? So he's doing this for attention? I don't know. But we've seen him try this a couple times now, and each time it's been shut down, right?
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, I go with Andrew.
You go with Andrew in that one?
Yeah,
I believe it when I'll see it.
It's. I mean, number one, I still can't believe they still have the titles, and it has to be taken away in that way. I mean, you want it to be gone. You pulled yourself out. Like, you're like, we don't want to be here anymore. Okay, well, fuck off then. Like, that was their whole deal. So it's so crazy to me. But I guess it's because it's official. But like Molly said, it is this person having a re-election? Could be. It could be like first in PR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's
what and I want to ask you this, because this is something that I wanted to share with you guys, that I want to discuss, because this is you, Megan Small, that you've done it. You know, you're my news every morning. I wake up and I go to you directly. That's a really creepy picture. I want to about the photo.
That's the photo the royal family have on their website as Archie. This is the photo they have as Archie. Look at Harry's thumb digging into the doll. That's their photo of Archie. It makes the royal family look stupid, in my opinion.
What do you think of this Delaware thing, that they have 11 companies? And then you have Elon Musk saying never incorporate your... And the thing is that people like Harry and Meghan Markle, who claim that the taxes, that they should have all these projects for women, where do they think that money comes from? It comes from taxes. And yet they're the first ones to go and register their companies. And the most tax evasive city in the United States, which is Delaware.
Look, all I'm going to say about this is Harry is going to be fucked when Meghan decides to divorce him. And you know why? Because all of those companies that Meghan has incorporated in Delaware are set up by her lawyer and business manager. You know, Andrew Meyer and Richard Janot. She's had them since she was in Suits. She never got rid of them. She was the one who faxed over her letter, her 5-page letter to one of them to send over to her father. Harry is going to be screwed when Meghan decides to leave him.
I mean, I don't know about you, but you know what I think it is arrogance. He's on this stage and he thinks, because I'm a prince, Meghan will never do that to me. All he has to do is how she's treated her own father, flesh and blood. The men that she praised constantly for how many years?
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think, Andrew? And look how she treated Trevor, whom she was with for 10 years. I mean, what do you think?
The thing about that is that if she's not going to leave him unless she can find someone bigger. And who's going to really, I don't know. That's the only thing I could ever see happening. She won't leave him unless there's a billionaire lined up, because what's bigger than Harry? You know,
It's either a billionaire or she gets some sort of payout from the royal family, from Charles.
But you know what? You know what? I don't think money, well, money too, but she wants to keep that title. And this is why I did a video and I said that in order that Charles has to issue a letters patent stating that ex-wives cannot use royal titles, because the Queen had to do it Fergie, because when Fergie divorced Andrew, she still retained the HRH title. But when Charles was going through divorce with Princess Diana, Charles demanded of the Queen that Diana could not be allowed to use any of the titles nor styles. And the Queen said, no, I can't do that, because she's a great mother, she's a great worker, and you're on the fucking wrong buddy. So what the Queen did is that she said that Diana cannot use the HRH style. But the problem was, because Fergie had the HRH style, this is why the Queen had to issue a letters patent saying that neither Diana nor Fergie could use that, because that would have been unfair, right? How can Fergie be called HRH and the mother of the future king can't, right? So Charles would have to do a letters patent saying that ex-wives cannot use royal titles after divorce, because otherwise Meghan Markle rightfully is going to point that at Fergie and say, wait a minute, you're being racist to me. You're being racist. How come Fergie gets to hawk, sell access to royalty? Because Fergie has been commercializing the hell out of the titles.
Yeah, for a long time. That's what I read as well.
Let's be honest. Fergie and Andrew are divorced, but she's still living at Royal Lodge.
She has never stopped living there. She's the most expensive welfare for the UK.
She's never paid rent or anything, but doesn't she have a condo, like a $5 million condo somewhere in London though?
But she's renting it out. She's making money off of it.
Well, maybe
while living at the Royal Lodge cottage.
Oh, that's nice. So
Didn't
they don't
know
pay anything.
No, Fergie would never be able to. People say, "Oh, she's a self-made woman. She's made money to pay her debt." The very same debt she got herself into. And the only reason why she was able to pay is because people like Jeffrey E. were helping her pay her debts.
Yeah, you're right.
No.
She hasn't paid rent. She doesn't know what it is like to pay rent, to worry about paying for food, light, even your cell phone.
Mm-hmm. And then they had the lodge in Austria, their ski lodge, right? And then they sold that, right? They had to give that back.
Yeah, because they owed money on it.
Yeah. How do you owe money? Like, I don't understand. How are your finances so bad that you couldn't pay that off? I don't get it. Anyways,
I think that's how some rich people are. That's how Harry.
No, but they were really bad, because the thing is that this is the thing about titles, guys. Because these rich people, this is what I was saying to you about Meghan. She will want to make sure she keeps the titles. But what do you guys think? Do you think that Charles, if she divorces Harry, that he will let her keep using Duchess of Sussex title?
Well, he's letting her use it now.
I don't think it will matter. If you really want to if you were to really go hypothetical, I mean, let's say they did divorce. What's to stop her? What are they going to do? They're going to send her a cease and desist letter, or they're going to sue her or something? No, that's the only thing she has, and she's going to stick to that till her dying day. It's going to say Duchess of Sussex on her friggin' tombstone. It doesn't matter if they're married or not.
That's funny. Paula, I got to get going here. I got to go grab
me too, but I want to thank you guys, and we'll see you next Wednesday. So you know what? I'm going to say something. The reason why I want you to click likes is because it helps us with the algorithm. We're here giving you our time, entertaining you. And by the way, don't go see that movie, Poor Things. That is pedo's paradise. I'm going to do a review on that because it's the most disturbing fucking thing I've ever seen in my life. And I can't believe that Emma Stone got an Oscar for that. It's terrible. Have you guys seen it?
No.
That's probably why she got it, because that's how those people are over there.
Okay, I'm just going to leave you with this. Basically, Emma Stone is a woman who kills herself, and then this guy picks her up, and she was pregnant. So the guy takes the brain out of the unborn child and removes it from the dead woman, who's Emma Stone, and places the brain, the unborn child's brain, and he's watching her develop. And then she finds her sexuality. And Emma Stone even lost so much weight that she looks like an underage 10-year-old. And she becomes very sexual. And God forbid anybody, because of course, you know, it's her body. She can do everything she wants. And it's the most disgusting movie ever.
Well, with everything that we know about Hollywood,
yeah.
Why else would she get that Oscar?
That's why they got to, yeah, that's why.
Guys, I'm serious, because I didn't understand it.
Degrade her in that movie and have her play a disgusting role like that for her.
And then she goes to a whorehouse. She goes to a whorehouse. Keep in mind that her brain is less than a toddler. It's like 2-year-old. So it's very naive. Oh, and so she goes into this whorehouse. And in the whorehouse, the woman goes, oh, you have to suffer and go through the worst, because that way you'll discover and you'll own the world if you go through all these disgusting looking guys.
Yeah. Well, did you not see that Chrissy Teigen has, like, she's doing a show right now and she's openly talking about eating pizza and everything that we know about that disgusting pervert? You saw what I had, that reply in my.
I saw.
You saw those tweets that I put up about hers, right? That I don't think.
And don't go watch that fucking movie. It's boring as hell. And the only thing you see is Emma Stone. Gross. With the brain of an underage toddler, of a 2-year-old, less than a 2-year-old toddler, and looking like a 10-year-old, screwing this old man and being praised for it because it's her body and she can do what she wants. Even when she's married, you don't need to be monogamous to be in a relationship. Because if you're in a relationship with just one guy, and you are asked to be faithful, that's going against your body. So they promote promiscuity. And basically, if you're not old enough, go screw everybody, and that will empower you, even if it's disgusting men.
Oh, gross.
Okay. Well, that's a hell of a way to end it.
Bye, guys.
All right,
bye, guys. Bye. Well, I hope you guys like it. And, you know, I'm going to start canceling the lives, because you guys, it's free to click like. It helps the algorithm, especially when we're going and fighting against a topic like Meghan Markle, because you have no idea of the censorship we go through in this platform. We are looking at other platforms because it is a nightmare. It is a nightmare. Here it's a nightmare. And go check out Tom Jr.'s live soon, okay? Thank you, Danny and Mrs. Picard. I'm sorry I couldn't get you in, but if I stopped the live to send you a thing, I would have had to stop the live, cancel the live, and start a new one to let you in. So send me your email, and I'll, you know, in the next live, I'll get you in. So thank you very much. So help us with the click. It's free, you know. So subscribe and join the channel. So have a fun day and go watch our videos. City.